You are listening to the new Super Sound Showcase on WMBG. I am your host, Robert Hodge, and I've been promoting all day about this. I told you we would have a special episode of the show today because Bobby BlackHat Walters is here and Tom Euler is here, and those two dynamic talents together, you are in for a treat. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Oh, I am happy to have you. And strange as it seems, I've been running in music circles all my life, and I've heard so much about you, Tom. This is our first meeting face-to-face.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And if you are listening on the radio, we are also on the WMBG Radio Facebook page. You can go and see us like we're on television. I like to feel like we're TV stars on Thursday. And we will have our professional video. Jacob and Abigail are in here filming, and we will have that video up on our website on WMBG Radio tomorrow. And we will also have it on YouTube. We are sponsored by Culture Fix, so my thanks to Culture Fix and all of our friends over there. So Steve and Jen and Shirley, we are happy as we can be to present these two as part of the show that you sponsor here. Gentlemen, you just tore up Merchant Square last night. I've been hearing all day about what you did over there.
We had a ball last night.
Tell me about it.
Well, first of all, we had this weather thing going on. But we did the show last night. Billy Joe Daniels started off he started a little bit early because we were watching the weather very closely.
And it was great.
And he started off, so he got about 3 or 4 songs in, then we got a little lightning, so we had to shut down for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes or so. And then we were able to kick off just about the time we were supposed to start. A little bit, I think we started about 5 minutes after 7.
Yeah, I've been wondering in my mind today what Mr. Hornsby is planning to do tomorrow with the thunderstorm warnings that are coming.
You can deal with some rain, but lightning is another whole ball game.
Exactly.
So
I don't want to be.
You don't want to hold a guitar and anything electric when lightning's going on. So,
it's like a divining rod.
No.
I'll be in the wings if you need me.
Try having a guitar plugged into an amp.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Kind of scary.
Exactly. Now, Tom, I don't know as much about you as I do about Bobby, so just give me an idea, like how long have you been playing out and being a professional musician?
Since I got out of high school, so since 2013, the summer of 2013 is when I met Bobby.
Okay.
I met him at a sit-in with another friend of ours, Brian Carmone.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And he was like, hey, I like you. You should sit in with my band. And I was like, hey, I would love that. So
awesome.
Ever since then. Yeah.
And y'all have been touring together. Weren't you in Colorado with Bobby?
Yes.
Yeah, last year.
Yes.
Okay,
and I got to tell you the rest of the story about this because
Yes,
when I first met Tom, my previous guitar player, Larry Burwell, was about to move on to another project. And so we're looking for a replacement. And so he didn't know, but we secretly auditioned him for 8 months.
Really?
Secretly auditioned. We were inviting him out to gigs, and
you just couldn't make up your mind.
Well, we just were trying to get a good feel, get a good feel. Well, he lived kind of far away, and we wanted to see how dedicated he was to come and meet us where we were. But no, really, we really put him through the paces, and we threw some things at him and just said, do this, do that, and he responded. One day I said, okay, Larry. And Larry gave me the thumbs up, and I called him next day and offered him the job as my lead guitar player.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. And sometimes that is the most important thing you can do because Clayton Ware, when we first met him, Andrew and I were playing out, and we met him, and he was like, you know what, if you'll let me sit in, I'll be anywhere, anytime, whatever you say. And he did every single time. We said, you drive over here. He was there before we were every time. So, I mean, that's amazing to find that kind of dedication. So, good on you.
I tell people all the time, I said, everyone that I play with, that I listen to, whether they realize or not, they're auditioning.
Sure.
Because, I'm always looking for opportunities to do something different in my shows.
Right.
People ask me about different bands and say, hey, can you recommend somebody? So everybody I listen to, they don't know that, but I'm always auditioning. I'm always taking a record in my head of what they do, how they do it, and where they might fit it, whether it's my show or somebody else's project. So.
And if you are an entertainer, because I know a lot of our local musicians listen to this show religiously, or at least I like to think they do, and if you are listening to Bobby BlackHat and that advice he just gave you, it's very important. It's very good information, and you should respect the things that come out of his mouth because he is a national act. He is a blues treasure. You headlined last year with Patti LaBelle at the Hampton Jazz Festival.
Hampton Jazz Festival.
And you also, you're known all over the place. Tell me, I don't want to get the title wrong. You were the president of the International Blues. Help me get this right. What did you do? Because I'm going to stumble on this.
You're talking about in my previous life?
No.
You talking about in my blues world or my Coast Guard world?
In your blues world.
In my blues world.
No, I'm not going into your military career today. I just want to talk about music. This is Super Sound Showcase, not Super Flag Waving Showcase.
Well, I haven't been president of anything, but I've been involved with a lot of the local blues societies, Natural Blues Network, as well as.
But they haul you off to Memphis and make you judge. And
well, I am a judge at the International Blues Challenge.
That's
now.
Incredible.
We had the fortune of in 2016 being finalists in the National Blues Challenge.
Fantastic.
Which is quite a feat because that's a international competition for bands from all over the world to come there. And to get through that process and all the competition, all the judging and everything that has to go down and make it to the finals to get on the Orpheum Theater stage is quite a feat. And after I got there, I said, people say, "You're going to go back and do it again?" I said, "No, I made it to the finals. I've been on the big stage. I'm happy."
Stop while you're ahead.
That's right.
But you know what? It's funny. I'm sorry, listeners. We took a very long detour on getting the answer of what he was, why you should listen to his opinion. That was a very long answer, but we got there. So you know he is a respectable opinion, and he is a great musician. I'm thrilled that the two of you are here, and I'm excited about the music. We're not going to play the songs quite yet, but give us an idea of what they can expect. What are you going to perform together?
Well, I think one of my favorites, and I think probably the most requested song I have is "Put on Your Red Shoes." Mm-hmm. That's a song that was inspired by my wife. She had a beautiful pair of red pumps. And I wrote this song called "Put on Your Red Shoes," and
like
it has an infectious kind of
it does.
of a Latin kind of beat to it. But
maybe today more than ever.
Well, maybe, but blues has so many influences and it's influenced so much music. So that's one of the favorites that we love to play that song. So we're gonna do that for you today.
Talking about blues and the flavors of it, Linda Hopkins once told me that blues and gospel are the same thing but with different words.
Very
and
true.
I thought that was very interesting.
I have a good friend of mine who's a gospel guitarist, and he said, Bobby said, the same licks I play on Saturday night are the same licks I play on Sunday morning.
You just change the words and go on. Turn your frown upside down.
That's it.
But that's exciting. And, I'm interested, how often do y'all work together? Because I know it's a great thing, and I'm blown away by the chemistry when our sound check today. Y'all really blend so well. Do you get to work together a lot?
Well, I've become a little less. I don't take as many gigs I used to take. I try to go for. You do a lot of gigs, or you can do the right gigs. Right. So my goal is to do the right gigs. So we play. I mean, this month we've had about 7 gigs. I think.
It's been busy this month.
Yeah. So my goal was only to play twice a month.
Yeah.
And that got blown out of the water pretty quickly. So.
And, Tom, how often are you on your own? Are you out there gigging?
Anytime that I'm not gigging with him, I'm gigging by myself. So because I'm living.
Do you have some shows coming up you want to tell us about?
I don't actually have any
not
for
at
the
the
rest
moment?
of this month. Yeah.
Okay, well then let's talk about the main thing that we're going to promote today is the Rotary Club has been having a monthly concert series at the Kimball Theater, and the June concert is Bobby "BlackHat" Walters. And in fact, after this is over, I'm going to be giving away 2 tickets to a lucky listener to the concert at the Kimball Theater at 7:30 on the 30th of June. So that is coming up, and I know it's going to be a great thing because I know how you love the Kimball, and you'll have your full band that day. Right?
That'll be the full band. And you never know who's, it's a Bobby BlackHat show. You never know what's going to happen at a Bobby BlackHat show.
That's true. That's true. I have never once predicted it accurately.
Nobody has. Nobody
Not
has.
even us.
No, I tell people all the time, I say, look, when I get on stage, as of that moment, I have no idea what's going to happen in the rest of the show. I have, anything can happen, so guests show up and I pull people out the audience. Anything is possible, so you never know what's going to happen on the Bobby BlackHat show. That keeps it fresh.
That's
I used to drive Larry Burwell crazy with that.
Right.
He's the only one.
Yeah, he's... Yeah, these guys have all gotten used to it by now.
Yeah.
But this particular event with the Rotary City, the James City County Rotary Club, I think this is my 3rd time doing this concert series for them over the years, and it's a great thing because they do great things for folks.
Yeah. Did you ever know Bud Ellison, Patti LaBelle's long-term music director?
No, I did not.
He passed away a few years ago, but it was funny. I had a conversation one time with him, and I said, I admire the fact that no matter what she does, you're always there with the net when she's coming back down. And he laughed and he said, the whole time I've worked with Patti, he goes, I always know when she's going up. He goes, I don't know where she's coming down and I don't know when. He goes, but yeah, I'm there the minute she hits the ground. And I was like, that's got to be crazy. Every moment he's on guard, trying to figure out what. And you're very much like that. Yeah. You are spontaneous and a freewheel, and I like that.
But my secret
it's entertaining.
But you know what? My secret is this: I surround myself with great musicians,
of course,
and I let them do what they do.
Well, as a singer, you can't be out front unless you trust those people behind you. And it's a hard thing to find. You're very lucky to have that.
Well, I think any one of them can be out front.
That's wonderful.
And I told people I'm the weak link in my band. They're all great musicians. I'm just a harmonica player, and I bring a black hat. But really, their talent is what I support myself with, and I feel very confident in that. So I let them do what they do, and I try to let other people shine.
You saying being a harmonica player. I want to clarify something, because in my head there's some confusion, and I think probably other people feel it too. So many times people who play the harmonica well talk about being a harp player. Mm-hmm. How does that
term just came out?
Where does that come from?
It's an old term. They used to call it a mouth harp.
Okay.
It's just
an
old term that stuck around, and so we use slang. We call it a harp.
A few times I've been like, "Oh, what?" And I thought, okay, I'm.
I did that once. I did that once, and people thought I was bringing in a harp. They thought a real tall, stand-up, angelic-looking harp. And I said, no. They looked at me like, really? I said, yeah, I'm a harp player. I said, really? I said, oh, wait a minute, let me clarify. I'm a harmonica player. Like, oh.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying that, because it has puzzled me for a while. And people keep saying it, and I'm just like, I'm going to get to the bottom of that one of these days. Yeah. Because, my goal in radio has been I learn something every single day. And so that's my fact for today.
Oh, very good.
I like it. You want to give us the first song? Is this Red Shoes?
Let's do Red Shoes. Let's do Red Shoes first.
Okay, let's hit it. This is Tom Euler and Bobby BlackHat Walters.
I'm going to stand up here so I can get a little bit more.
Yeah, get some breath support, man. Kick it.
Well, it's been a rough couple of days, but allergies and everything. It's been a rough season.
Virginia is not a place for amphitheaters in the summer. No. It really is not, because it will kick you. And in fact, you know what? I went up to Wolf Trap 2 weeks ago, and these big bugs were flying around in the spotlight for Barry Manilow. And I love when people have a sense of humor. And he said, he goes, I had forgotten the bugs come out at night in these places. He goes, and I remember all of a sudden I'm thinking about the night that a big bug flew right up my nose one night in a concert in Atlanta. And he goes, the size of my nose, I was lucky it wasn't a bird. And I thought, oh, that's good.
I tell you, we got swamped with bugs last night.
Well,
oh, man,
did you?
All over us last night. Yeah.
And you know what? Before you start the song, let me just throw in too. I don't mind sharing jokes with Bobby, because Bobby also does stand-up comedy, and you may not know that. And we missed his last show. It was last week, but I want to know when there's another one, because I bet you are funny as a devil up there. So I'm coming out to a comedy show one day, so you can find him doing blues, you can find him doing comedy, and right now you can find him on Super Sound Showcase at WMBG. Bobby BlackHat and Tom Euler. Take it away, guys.
Put on your red shoes. 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 Put on your red shoes tonight. Put on your red shoes. Set my soul on fire. Put on your red shoes, satisfy my desire. Put on your red shoes, put on your red shoes tonight. Put on your red shoes, you know the ones that I like. Put on your red shoes, they make you look so hot. Woo! Put on your red shoes. Put on your red shoes tonight.
Oh, man. That is catchy. I like it. Of course, I didn't hear that Latin influence today, but okay. Maybe next time.
It's there. It's there.
It's there. I did it.
I didn't hear it.
It's there.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going back to the tape.
Yeah, go to the tape. Go to the tape.
You sneaked past my ears.
That's
hard to do, actually. We are going to a couple of commercials, messages from our sponsor, but we will remain live on Facebook right now, and we will have super stories that we tell on Super Sound Showcase that are not available on the radio. So come back. If you are only on the radio, go join the TV broadcast or come back right away. We'll be back in about 3 minutes with more of Tom Euler and Bobby BlackHat on the new Super Sound Showcase sponsored by Culture Fix on WMBG. Hey, and here we are for the new Super Sound Showcase sponsored by Culture Fix on WMBG. I'm Robert Hodge, and my guests today are Tom Euler and Bobby BlackHat Walters, and we are having such a good time. In fact, I don't know when I've enjoyed it more.
Uh-oh.
This is a good episode. We're doing good.
All right.
And we got 2 more songs from these 2 musical geniuses. What is the next one?
I'm going to put this on Tom.
Yeah?
Now, let me brag on Tom here.
The term
Please.
Let me brag on Tom. You know.
Oh,
Tom,
I waited carefully. I believe it's justified.
you know,
Okay.
I don't blow smoke. You're already on my show. I don't need to.
That's true.
Yeah, let me brag on Tom. You know, I've had some accolades and things, but Tom has had some things going on. This young man is on the rise.
I can tell.
And in 2016, 2017, he won a Josie Award, which is and he won the Josie Award for I always have to get this multi-genre musician of the year for the U.S. and Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
How cool is that? I was nominated. I didn't win anything, but he won. What can I say?
Wow.
It was rigged.
No, it wasn't rigged. He earned he earned it all. He earned it all. But he won't tell you that. I will tell. I'll brag on him all the time.
Well, it's always good to have a promoter in house, and I'm about to jump on your bandwagon too, because I'm very, very happy to meet you today and to hear you play. I'm loving this, and you know what? My radio platform is going to be available to you too, because I want to see you go far. You're amazingly talented.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. So what's the next song?
Okay, Tom, what's the next song?
Next song is a song I wrote for my girlfriend's called Thoughts of You.
Yeah? Okay.
And I'm just going to listen because I have not heard it yet.
Present girlfriend?
Yes.
And how long ago was the song written?
Probably about 4 or 5 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So these are your current feelings.
Yes.
All right, hit it.
Okay.
Lay it out there, man.
Here we go. Thinking about you a bit more often than I should do. But baby, may I just say I love you, and I love when we're together. No matter the rain or obstacles in our way. Oh baby, I know hail, sleet or snow will brave the weather. Because lately I've been crazy, been hooked on you all the time. And maybe you'll still take me when I'm old and falling out of my prime. So let's let go of the things we can't control and just feel lucky to be so happy together. On you all the time, and maybe you'll still take me when I'm old and falling out of my prime. So I think of you a bit more often than I should do. But baby, may I just say I love you, and I love that we're together. I love that we're together. I love that we're together.
Very nice indeed. I'd say the girlfriend got a really good song out of you. That was nice.
She's happy with it, that's all.
What's her name? What's her name?
Alexis.
All right, Alexis, whatever you're doing, you're inspiring good music out of this young artist, so please keep it up. Keep him happy. So I have to give you an offhanded, strange compliment as well. You might be too young to know the name Ethel Merman, but she was one of the biggest Broadway stars ever. Big voice, big performer, dynamic lady. Ethel Merman was famous for the fact that she bragged on Johnny Carson one night that she could sing any of her multitude of hit songs with her mouth stuffed full of peanut brittle, and that you'd still be able to understand every word she said. So I have to compliment you that you were very articulate with that gum rolling around in your mouth. It did not change your addiction and your ability to sell that song. So I was like, all right, Ethel Merman, you're going strong. I like it.
I like it.
Well, thank you.
I like it. That's a special talent all its own. And I don't know if you could see that on the camera, but I just thought I'd bring it up. So, what else do we have?
Well, before we do that, I just want to talk about the Rotary Club for a minute, because I think it's important about the Rotary Club.
Oh, yes, please.
Through our sponsors for this concert, because it's important for folks to know that this is a benefit concert. This is part of their series. And so I actually wrote some things down to make sure I got it right.
Okay.
Okay, but so this is what the Rotary Club of James City County has 1.2 million Rotarians around the world with over 35,000 clubs. And here, what they do is this club is dedicated to helping education in James City County. Mm-hmm. And they provide school supplies to kids at Grove, dictionaries to third graders, scholarship for graduating seniors, and other educational programs.
Right.
So that's why this is an important part of why people should come out and support this event.
Oh, absolutely.
I get invited to do a lot of benefits every year, and I can't do them all, but this is one that when I get invited, I always make time to do this one.
Right, and we've been talking about it month by month, because it has been, I believe it's 4 or 5 concerts that they're doing one a month, and it's a big undertaking, but they've gotten some good artists, and they've really done a good job in promoting it, and we've been behind it, sponsoring, and doing some advertising. So by all means, and as I said, I do have a pair of tickets to the June 30th Rotary Club concert at the Kimball Theater, and these two gentlemen, as well as the Bobby BlackHat Band, will all be performing at 7:30. I believe the doors will probably open around 7. The Kimball is general admission, so you'll want to get there early. And once we finish this segment in just a few minutes, I'm going to have you call in, and I'm going to sort of specify. I think it'll be like the 4th caller after this show, and we will give these tickets away, as well as Bobby BlackHat has been so generous to bring 2 of his CDs in, and I'm not going to make them a package because I want to distribute the wealth, but I will give these away, maybe one today and one on Monday, actually, so that we continue to promote up until the 30th.
Great.
But we'll distribute those as well, and thank you for bringing those CDs.
Oh, absolutely.
Where can they get your CDs? Amazon, or what
Amazon,
what's your preferred
iTunes,
method?
Shows.
Yeah.
I think most people buy the CDs at the shows because
true.
I tell people, people want to take a little piece of your home. If they like what you do, they want to take a little piece of your home with them. And I tell people, if you want to listen to us in the comfort and safety of your own home, see my lovely wife, she sells the CDs for me at the shows, and that seems to be the best way. But we're also on the iTunes and
your wife
Amazon.
Is lovely. I've met her.
And there's a rumor she might be singing with us.
Really?
Just put that out there. People don't know. You never know what's happening about the BlackHat show.
There is a CD on our wall too from Tom Euler. So is it just the one that you have available, or do you working on something else?
The song I just played is actually going to be on the new CD that I'm getting ready to record in July.
Oh, awesome! So have you written the whole album?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait. Well, you're going to record it in July.
Yes.
So a couple months from now, maybe.
Yeah, a couple months.
Okay. Will you have the world premiere on my show? Will you bring it back for me?
Of course.
I would love to premiere it.
It'd be my pleasure.
All right. It's a date. We're going to have the world premiere of his forthcoming album on Super Sound Showcase. That'll be marvelous because I'm a big fan. That was a great song, and your talent just speaks for itself very loudly. So let's wrap it up with one more song, guys. What do you got?
Okay, let's see. So we're going to do Blues Story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll do Blues Story. Slow it down just a little bit. This is a song that I'll tell you the story. We were in the studio recording, and I had lyrics, but I didn't have any music. Yeah. And I said, just play me something, and we'll see what happens. And so they kind of put this thing together, and I was in the booth, and I kind of messed with the lyrics, and we sang. And then I walked out of the booth, and the engineer said, what song is that on the CD? And I said, well, it's not. We're just kind of messing around with it. He said it should be. And I said, I think you're right. Okay. So I literally turned right back around, went back in, and we recorded it.
So is it on one of these?
It's on the Accidental Blues CD.
Okay.
And we dedicated it to a good friend of ours. We lost to stomach cancer a couple years ago, Tony Lucero. He was my former drummer.
Okay.
And so anytime we sing, we always dedicate it to Tony.
Nice.
But it became my favorite CD, my favorite song on the CD. And as a musician, you can relate to this. You always want to try to have an anthem song of some sort. That song that really just speaks to people. And last night when we did this song, there was a very senior couple. I don't know if you saw them.
Yeah, I did.
There was they had to be 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were sitting on the side. When we sang this song, they walked out there very slowly, walked out there and danced. Nice. It was the most touching thing I've seen in a long time.
Awesome.
So I'm going to try to sing. My voice is kind of scratchy. So forgive me. I'm a blues guy. I'd say a scratchy voice for a blues guy is a good thing. So I'm going to be very bluesy right about now. So.
All right. Tear it up.
All right. Here we go. Called Blues Story. Everybody has a blues story, a blues story of their very own. From the day you were born till the day you go to glory, everybody has a blues story. Everybody has a blues story. Some are happy, some are sad. From the day you were born till the day you go to glory, everybody has a blues story. Everybody has a blue story. Him, her, and me. From the day you were born till the day you go to glory, Everybody has a blue story. From the day you were born till the day you go to glory. Everybody has a blue story. From the day you were born till the day you go to glory. Everybody has a blue story.
Wow. I'm impressed. I love that song. And I have something actually that occurred to me that I want to say to both of you. You know, there are a lot of blues musicians out there. There are a lot of people that come in with all kinds of interpretation of blues. But I don't know that I've ever felt like any of it was as musical as what you just did together. Because you are so your finesse on that harmonica is amazing. It's so fancy and it's so smooth and it's just so heartfelt. But you actually, something I've never said to a guitarist, and I've never been inclined to even think of it in these terms. As a pianist, when I play for a singer and I'm really trying to accompany somebody by anticipating everything they need to fill in what would be an orchestra, essentially, in my head, you are the only guitarist that I've ever seen accompany in the same way that I think about it as a pianist. You are spot on with everything that you give him in such a musicality that it was really inspiring. Well, I'm really impressed with you guys. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting us. And
oh my gosh, please come back.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity to be here, and we appreciate, again, you supporting live music. But then
absolutely.
But then again, you're a musician, so you have to support live music.
Well, yes.
But no, we really appreciate that you gave us a chance, and more importantly, that there's a lot of young musicians out there, a lot of startup bands that are looking for an opportunity, and
send me some tracks.
Giving them a forum is a great way for us to get the next generation of great musicians.
Send me some tracks. I encourage anybody that's good. You know, I try my best to find new people all the time. And in fact, I approached a band that opened for Drake Bell the other night. They were just unbelievable, called Audio Strobe Light, and they're coming in August. Yeah. So, you know, I'm always looking for the next great super sound showcase.
They're out there.
And so my thanks to Culture Fix, and thank you for listening, because it is, as always, a pleasure to have the great musicians of the area come in here and play just for me in the afternoon. I love it. I feel very special. So we are going back to the music you love. Here is Vanessa Williams with Dreamin'.